How's everybody doing? Jim here, and I'm going to review some accessories that I've been thinking about reviewing, but you know, with everything going on in the world, somebody's got to stay inside a bit more. It's a good time to review these. So I'm going to be looking at some helmets from Sunrimoon. This is a seller on Amazon, and the reason I bought these is I bought this one here for my son, and I was impressed with the quality of the helmet, so I thought it was kind of time for a new helmet for me. Here's my old Giro, however you say it, helmet. They do recommend you replace helmets every 5 to 10 years, depends, or if you've had an accident, or if you see some cracking, anything like that. You can't, not always can you find like an expiration date in the helmets, but I was looking for a replacement for this, and I'll kind of compare it briefly to these. So anyway, these three helmets, I bought these two here to try out for me. I first bought this one because I like the style of it. It kind of looks a little bit like a skate helmet, has a removable bill, has a little lock hole, which I guess a lot of these helmets, if it's got a hole, you could use it to lock. It doesn't look like it's especially reinforced or anything. And all these Sunrimoon helmets have integrated light, and they seem to have more actual, a lot of times they say 3 functions. It seems like there's about 10 in there on all 3 of these. And but this one I didn't really like the fit, so I decided to buy this one and just compare kind of their line of helmets. So I'm just going to go through the specs of this briefly. I wrote some down here on my little whiteboard. I should have wrote it in the order of the helmets, but this one was $23.99 and it came in at 0.6 pounds. This one was $37.99, 0.7 pounds. This one was $32.99 and 0.5 pounds. For reference, my Giro helmet was also 0.5 pounds. And the one that I wear more often is this Uvex brand, which this is heavy. This was 1.1 pounds. So just as a reference, my head is 22.5 inches around, so I'm right on the top end of the fit range on this helmet and right in the middle of these two. This one came with a magnetic sun shield that works quite well, pops into place. I kind of like that, and of course this is removable. The other thing that's sort of interesting here is it has some mesh. So I guess the idea is, you know, if a bug flew in the front of your helmet, it keeps it from getting on your head. Not bad. And I'm gonna kind of tap. These all kind of feel the same. And I don't know if you can really tell that sound difference. The shell portion of these helmets feels harder than these, but the way the shell and the foam liner meets feels a little more uniform on this. Like there's not much of a bump, so these kind of seem really they seem to be put together pretty well. This one has a repositionable brim, which really means there's a Velcro piece up in here and allows you to put the brim at a couple different spots. Pretty nice padding in this one, none of those little vent screens. This one has a chin strap pad. All 3 of these have a very simple buckle style, and all this very standard adjustments other than that. And all 3 of them also have a dial for the back of the head, which is really nice to just be able to quickly adjust it. I won't buy a helmet without the dial anymore. And this one also came with a face shield, or sunglasses, whatever you want to call it. And it has this little reflective pinstriping on the chin strap. So that kind of covers the basis of these. The one thing that none of these come with that the other brands, like especially my Uvex, came with is another set of pads to customize the fit. That's where I'm going to get into now. The pad thickness on both these other a little bit more expensive brands. I bought this from REI on the REI outlet, like a garage sale, not a garage sale, but on their outlet store with a coupon. So I think I paid mid 40s for this helmet. The other thing I really like about this helmet, if you ever find any that have this, it's got this buckle style that ratchets in, and I like that. So there's a little bit of just, some days maybe you don't feel like you want it snugged up in the same spot and you don't have to change the adjustment on the chin strap. You can just tighten up a little less. All right, so what did I think about these? I really like the way this one fit, and I'll put them each on. Why not? Excuse me, I need a haircut. Maybe, I don't know. You know, right now hairstylists are, well, never mind. I'll cut out the haircut. But I'm putting each one of these on. So this one here, it's sized for my son right now, and you can kind of see. For me, this one fits nicely. And that's why I bought the other ones. I actually feel like it fits. Get that face shield in there. And the knife, it's got a good seam between this and when you look. One thing you'll notice if you're riding a bike, sometimes this interference with your eyes will kind of cause you to have to tilt your head up more. And this one has a good angle for like visibility out. And it fits in a, as you're gonna see on some of these ones, it fits correct for my head for depth. And maybe I have a short head, I don't know. This one here, I like the looks of it. I really like this titanium helmet. And it just doesn't feel very good. Once you get the chin strap, you get the earpieces all set up, it fits really low. In order to fit it higher, I have to pull on the dial more than I'd want to. And like my ears are just touching the helmet and actually kind of making some contact with this, and even with the brim in its highest position, so I'd probably end up wanting to remove the brim on it, which I thought the brim was one of its selling points. I'm finding I have to look up more because this is kind of in my upper vision area. All right, and moving on to this one. And so I really thought this one because I just wanted to try the cheaper option. And you can feel the difference in quality. I'll just tell you right away. You can feel it right away as soon as you grab it and put it on your head. And I had the same issue on this one. Some of the pads even falling down here now, where it fits too down on my head. So if it had those extra pads in there to customize the fit, I think all these would work quite well. But they sit a little low. Some of these ones sit too low for me compared to this one. And that's something you really can't. Everything talks about head circumference. I don't really see much about head depth. But anyway, other than that, it has the same issue when it's actually touching my ears right now, and it just doesn't feel that the padding is really thin. And so that's just something I want you to be aware of. The magnets on these are really great. They hold it on really nice and tight. Oh boy. I really like the reflector on all these. The different modes. I think it's really helpful to have that. Just extra lighting is always helpful. But if I was looking at these three helmets from what I've seen and put on, I really like this one the best. And I'll put a description of all of these down with the Amazon affiliate link. Feel free to use that. Don't use it, whatever works for you. I guess everybody knows how those work now. They don't cost you any extra. With the little, I'll put the link in a little description of what I thought of each one. I would kind of put a link to the UVEX that I have over there, but it's not made anymore, and I haven't found a lot of outlets for the UVEX helmets. Material-wise and quality construction, these two, the above $30 ones, look really sharp. I mean, they look sharp. They don't really, you wouldn't say, oh man, he must have got that on Amazon. But this one is not quite as sharp. That $10 difference. Some of the connections between the two layers of the helmet aren't quite as precise. And this company has all the different has a bunch of different ratings from different government agencies. So you want to make sure that it at least has some sort of crash certification, or they've been shooting for some standards for protectiveness. But anyway, I hope this just a little brief look at a couple helmets helps out. I know there's a lot of options out there. My personal advice is, if you can, and you have the ability to find in the description if it's one that comes with additional padding, I would try to find a helmet that has that, because that just gives you a lot more room for adjustability. And if you have those, then you can kind of pick almost whatever helmet looks good to you. And I recommend the padding and the dial. The lights are nice to have if you have them. I wouldn't give or take a helmet for that. Anyway, thanks a lot. Hope this helps you. See you next time. Catch the wave.